And hello, AMP software fans, which I don't know if that's true. I don't know. If you're a fan of AMP modeling sim software, you're usually probably looking for lots of variety, many different things and effects and all that stuff. Well, what we're looking at today doesn't have that. Last year, Universal Audio released the Lion, the Ruby, and the Dream, the Deluxe Reverb, the AC30, and the Marshall Plexi as software versions. Absolutely identical to the pedals, and the pedals are, I think, among the best modeling there is on the planet. The Lion most certainly. However, what I used of these pedals, I mean, the Ruby is great, the Dream is great, but I used the Woodrow the most, and it's probably the kind of little stepchild, little stepsister that nobody looks at. But for pedals, as a platform, it's the more rounder, warmer bass sound, okay? Bass as in starting point. Now, of course, there's a big variety of pedals that Universal Audio has. I mean, look at this. There's the anti and the knuckles. That's like your high gain stuff, and obviously, what's behind that? Is there something behind that? Oh yeah, the enigmatic. I think that's the Dumbly one and the Lion and all of these. I have all of them, and I'm not getting rid of them, even though I have all these amps because they're brilliant. I love the Woodrow. It is finicky because it is a tweed, right? It's a little tweed amp, and those were never meant to distort. Very, 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 or don't ask me when they came out. So you've got an instrument volume and mic volume. So these were clearly like little PAs for the clean guitar and whatever mic you plugged in for, I don't know, maybe a bass, who knows what. The room is magnificent. It literally sounds like you're moving that amp back into the room. There's a bunch of cabs and different preamps. There's a stock one, then a KP, 3K, who knows, and the one from in the EP booster from Echoplex preamp from a tape delay. I love this for pedal platform, pushing pedals into it. I used it for stereo reviews quite a bit because it's fully stereo. However, if you need it to stay clean, you gotta really, really take the volumes down. Because once that starts to crank, it is the kind of very, very, very classic sound, the very classic blown up amp distortion that you got from when amps weren't supposed to distort, right? So a bit finicky, but if you want those super dirty, this was never meant to drive sounds like Clapton and all these kids had, this is the shit. And now they have it in software. And yeah, the software, when it came out, got a lot of backlash for being too expensive. Each one was, $150 or something. Then the whole bundle was $400, completely ridiculous. There are always deals. There are deals where you can buy each one for $30, $50. There are deals where people can buy the whole pack of now 4 of them for, I don't know, $50 to $100. You might just have to wait for the deal. If you can't wait, well, then buy it for the real price. I think in April, which is when this video launches, April 25. You might watch this in 2040, in your flying car, who knows? In April 2025, when you buy one of these pedals, you get in the whole software suite with all of them included, which is utterly ridiculous. Get yourself one of these pedals. Get the Lion, get the Woodrow, get the Dream, get the Ruby, get all of them, whatever. So here's the plugin. And it's ultra simple and sweet. There's an input, there's an output, which is how you get it in your DAW. I'm actually going into my Apollo X8 on input 1, which is a high Z input, perfect for what we need to do. The boost, we turn off for now. Here's your amp, and the cab that we're using is pretty much a tweed cab. 112 mic with a 57. There are different alternatives, I'll show them to you. But you've got the tone, more or less, of it, instrument volume and mic volume. That's it. So these are 2 different volumes that you can play around with, and I assume that these are different input. You don't have that on the pedal. Sensitivities, we'll play around with it as well. And then you've got the stock preamp for boost, the KP3K for boost, or the Echoplex for boost. You turn it on, crank it, that's it. It's a very, very simple amp. I mean, it's a freaking tweet, right? But then what you don't have on the pedal, at least unless you're using the app, loads of presets. And you can even say, I want to go to rhythm, clean, stock preamp boosted. So very nice categories that get you quickly where you want to be. Let's explore what we got here with this Shabbat Puma plugged directly into the audio interface, and I'm recording onto the track. To get low latency, what I'm doing is I'm routing this on a stereo virtual channel on my Apollo console. So it is actually going directly from Cubase, from the actual track monitored into the console, not through the master and all that stuff. That's how you're getting lower latency. Magic. I already can hear the room. And the room is really where nobody beats UA. I can't play guitar, but if I could play guitar, this would sound really good. It just feels absolutely like next door is an amp with room mics. Just, it's how music was made back in the day when they made good music. You can see I'm digging in and pulling back, and it's reacting. So if I really wanted to stay clean, you really gotta pull back and then crank up volume. So let's see what the two different volumes do. That's more like a warm volume, let's call it that. And a bright volume, so we mix them together. Let's see what the inputs do. So one is a hotter input, but since it is very finicky and drives very easily, stay in 2. And it's that kind of fizzly, top-endy sound that it's a vintage sound. It's not what I look for in an amp nowadays. This is what I would want to use if I wanted to recreate music from the 50s and 60s, honestly, because that's what guitar sounded like back then. Stock boost. That's cool. To that KP3K boost. More low end there, and the EP booster. go through some presets before we go through cabs. That's actually already going through cabs. So that's called 412 rock. Let's see what happens here. So we got things cranked, we crank it a bit more. I just love that room. What else do we have? There's a lot of presets. Nasty. I mean, the variety of sounds is ridiculous. They're all classic sounds. Dirty, stinking classic sounds. But the variety, whoa. That's a completely broken amp. That's awesome. The womanly tone. Don't know how to play that, but who cares? Okay, we're getting to similar territory. Again, for me, with... Where's the clean stuff? Come on. I love it as a platform for pedals. Let's keep it there. On the table, I have a PXO from J-Rocket, Phil X's signature pedal. And I'm gonna boost this thing. You know, you can boost it with pedal, of course, and now we're going to overdrive it with that pedal. It works great. Let's go through the caps. 412 with a... Who knows what that is? 410 with a 57 and a ribbon. Again, everything very finicky here. You can also get the input lower, right? Get the output higher, and then the amp will be tamer. That is gorgeous. Let's get more of that happening. Go, more room. I'm gonna do this again. Yeah, that's how you do jazz. Okay, I don't know how to play jazz. That's the truth. Very nice. Next cap is a Tweedy cap with a 414 and a 57. You can go direct and then apply IRs anywhere else later. Love it. And we're back to square one. So by adjusting the input level, you can get as clean and dirty as you want. And it's always real amp in the room feel. Boost off. If you don't want the room, you turn the room off. But why would you do that? There it is, the Woodrow, highly underestimated, underappreciated, I would think, in software form. If you need an instant icky dirt machine vintage sound, there. If you need I need my cleans for the singer-songwriter thing with a slide and a strat, and it's supposed to be sitting with the band in the room. And for what you can get this for at a deal, whenever they have deals, it's utterly ridiculous. You're not going to set up a tweed amp and a cab and a mic and all that stuff. It might not be your metal machine, no, okay? But imagine putting some chorus and effects before, after. I mean, it's just alive. Absolutely alive with history and nastiness if you want it, but also beautiful, living cleans. That's the aliveness, alivity is the only way I can describe it. Check it out in the Spark package. You can also get, of course, for a subscription. If you subscribe to the whole Spark thing from them, it's included. I think it's $15 a month or whatever, $16. I don't know, whatever it is now. Prices change. Then you get all of their plugins, including those, which is pretty damn cool. So do that. It's native, of course. You know, don't need the UAD platform. I can only recommend playing with these if you're looking for absolutely authentic classic sounds. Put links below. Thanks for being with me. And thanks to Universal Audio for commissioning this video. And Animals at the end.
'Cause without love, that's only oxygen we breathe. I'm alone, I'm overthrown, and I've been betrayed. Altogether tired and feather bred. I'm not afraid, pretty please. I'm on my knees, I don't know what I've done. Didn't hurt you, what has hurt you, wouldn't dare to run. But don't leave me standing here like an idiot in the rain. I'll always hold you dear. Only you can ease my pain, make my troubles disappear. Why don't